Hello, hey friends, welcome back. So, today we are going to see how to do cloud auditing, cloud security, or we can say cloud compliance. So, in last couple of weeks, I'm receiving many emails from you guys that please show something on cloud audit, how to do cloud audit. We make a new cloud in our client environment. However, we don't know how to do cloud auditing from customer side or cloud provider side. So today this video guys will help you out how to do cloud auditing for your clouds. So you can say whichever cloud it is, if you are using IBM, if you are using Google, GCP, if you are using Azure, AWS, Oracle Cloud. So whatever cloud it is, just follow the simple matrix for the cloud auditing, cloud security. So uh, if you are a cloud engineer, or if you are someone from the cloud security team or IT security department, this video will helpful for you to manage your cloud environment. Okay, so let's go ahead and start. So let's move. Okay, so in this video, basically we are going to cover up how to audit in the cloud, but not off the cloud. Okay, so in the clouds means suppose if you have your cloud account. Okay, suppose let's assume you have your AWS account. So whatever we are doing the auditing for this video or in this series, I'm making couple of more videos for the auditing. So whatever we are doing auditing part or security or compliance part, that will be in the cloud. Okay, for in your cloud account and not for the entire your clouds, just like AWS or Google. Entire thing we are not going to cover up. We'll cover only in the cloud. Okay, so throughout this video, the term cloud service customer, okay, this is a long name, cloud service customer. So we'll use CSC as the short form, and for cloud service provider we'll use CSP. So cloud service customer means you guys, all of you who's having the cloud environment and who's working for your clients to give the supports. And cloud service provider means the service provider, just like AWS, Amazon, Google, Microsoft Azure, like that. Okay, so this is, let's move to the next. Okay, so I'm not going to give the introduction of what is the cloud, okay, but the auditing purpose, let's see this. Cloud service customer is responsible for security in the cloud, and cloud service provider is responsible for security of the cloud. So in the cloud, whatever security is needed, you all guys, cloud engineers, are responsible for that. Okay, so let's move next. So let's understand the model of cloud services. The very first beginning is IaaS, AS, is the infrastructure as a service. The next level of that, PaaS, platform as a service, and the top of that is SaaS, software as a service. So these are the three models of the cloud. Any cloud you may take, any cloud at this today's date, these are the three models they are having it. Okay, so for IaaS, let's say see the example. It is AWS, EC2, Rackspace, Google Engine. For PaaS, platform service, the examples are AWS Elastic, Beanstalk, OpenShift, Heroku. And for the software as a service, the examples might it's are Google Apps, Netflix, Office 365, and Dropbox, like that. These are the examples. There are many more things you might know, or you are knowing that. Okay, so let's move for the next. Okay, if you are doing cloud audit, or if you are responsible for cloud security. Okay, so it is not responsible only for the customer, so both way these are the responsibilities, so it is a sharing method. Okay, so during your cloud audit, the level of responsibility can change depending on the specific service used. So these are the three models which we seen earlier: IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS, software as a service. Okay, so let's see for the first IaaS, for the customer, means you guys, cloud engineers, cloud auditors, you guys in your environment, what you guys supposed to, or you have a responsible. So the very first people: data, application, operating system, virtual network. And who what's the responsibility for the cloud provider is hypervisor, server and storage, and physical network from their side. For platform as a service, for customer side, what things are responsible for you guys? It is people, data, applications. And for a cloud provider, what they are responsible for it? They are responsible operating system, virtual network, hypervisor, servers and storage, and physical network. And for software as a service, as a customer side, what they are responsible for? They are responsible for the people, data. And for cloud provider, what they are responsible for? They are responsible for application, virtual network, hypervisor, server and storage, and physical network. Okay, so let's understand in deep, okay, what we are going to achieve after auditing of this. Okay, so by end of this series, I will going to share you the checklist of each component of each security domain, what supposed to be checked as an engineer, as a cloud auditor. Okay, so stay tuned for this series of cloud auditing. Okay, so let's move forward. Okay, so now we seen who's responsible for what. Okay, so let's see in audit, okay, what are the basic consideration we can do. So very first thing is whitelisting services. Okay, so any organization, any particular domain, any technology, we are doing something whitelisting or blacklisting. Okay, so please understand. Okay, in cloud security, what we are doing to whitelisting. Okay, so the basic thing, perform a walkthrough with your IT head or security head or with your security team and understand the documented process of whitelisting and approving the cloud services. This is a major thing of if the process is not in place, okay, then please go ahead and make the process which cloud services you are going to whitelist it. So this is the one. Now the next one is the service map. Review the service map and inventory of your cloud services. Ensure all services that are listed in the inventory also those are in the service map. The next thing will be service usage. Ensure all services you would expect to see for customer workload are being utilized, being used. Okay, so how to check that? Okay, it's very simple. Nowadays there are many third party tools. So if you are asking me, then I'm using Nautix Beam for auditing my uses of the cloud, and it is also help me to reduce my cloud billing. Okay, if you want to see that, I make a video about TCO calculator also. You can see that in my videos on my channel that is uploaded. Okay, so let's move for the next audit consideration. Okay, so the next audit consideration is customer third party attestation. Okay, so it is very important, guys. Okay, ensure the services the customer is consuming are included in the cloud provider third party attestation. Okay, and only services that are actually being used by the customer should be in the scope for the customer audit, means the audit which you guys are going to perform. The next thing is the service compliance. Ensure the cloud service customer is using services that are compliant with the framework that is being accessed against. Okay, so in here I will like to add a few things. Okay, in some of the part, okay, the compliant framework, okay, which is we are not matching. Okay, so you need to make an assumption, or you need to make some extra note out here with your IT head that this can be acceptable. So it is just like an creation of new website, just an example, and some pages which you want to highlight. Okay, the next thing is a service inventory. Okay, so obtain the inventory of the customer cloud system along with the network diagram. So ensure in your environment you should have the inventory of your cloud system, which services you are going to use or which services you are using, and you should have the network diagram of your cloud. So suppose if you are using one of your cloud environment in North Virginia region, and another is which is in somewhere offshore in India, somewhere in Bangalore or Mumbai. Okay, so you should have all this network diagram with you. Okay, so this is the very important point, guys. Service inventory. And also the next point is identify asset. Each cloud account has contact email address associated with IT. Okay, so let's see, whenever you guys creating a new cloud environment, okay, basically what happening, they we need to create account, okay, with one of the email address. So ensure those email address is not the public domain, okay, just like gmail.com or yahoo.com. Okay, that email address supposed to be your own IT account, or your IT firms, your company's email address. Use those email address and not to use the public email address. That will be a risk. Okay, so keep in mind that point. And in the many time, okay, in the last point, it is the many time the account it holding with the procurement team, someone, or finance team, okay, who is holding those account, but the authorization that having with the IT security team, sorry, or IT department head, okay, or any of the project manager. So ensure whenever you do your audit or your security implementation, ensure this point you can consider. The next will be network documentation. So verify the cloud network documented. It's ensure it is documented, and whatever critical system are included in the inventory, those also documented. Ensure the resources are appropriately tagged and associated with application data. Review application architecture to identify data flows, plan connectivity between application components, resources that contain data. The very last is review all connectivity between the network and the cloud platform by reviewing the following: VPN connections, on-premise public IPs mapped to customer gateways in any private cloud owned by customer. Okay, so if you need any explanation, just let me know. We'll move forward. So these are the security domains, okay, or we can see the compliance, cloud compliance, or cloud auditing. Okay, so these parameters we need to follow. Okay, so I'm going to explain you guys all the parameters except point 1, 9 and 10. And if you have a pen and paper with you, please note down the audit consideration which I am going to explain you. Okay, so in this video we are going to see access management. Okay, if you are the cloud engineer, cloud security administrator, or cloud any compliance team member, access management, how you are going to audit for the cloud. So that we are going to see now. Okay, so what is the access management? Access management is the process of identifying, tracking, controlling, and managing authorized or specified user to access the system, applications, or any IT instance in your company. So in the cloud, that will be shared responsibility, because in the cloud we are having cloud provider and cloud customer. Okay, so the provider is responsible for controlling the identity and access of the cloud. Okay, of the cloud. Okay, for cloud provider, and for cloud customer. Okay, cloud customer means you all guys who's working for in your company. Okay, you are responsible for controlling the identity and access in the cloud. Means in your cloud environment, you are the responsible to manage your access management. Okay, the difference in auditing cloud versus on-premise access management is that the access management is shared responsibility in the cloud. Okay, so if you newly move to the cloud environment from on-premises, okay, so for all those guys, okay, the cloud auditing access management is a shared responsibility. Okay, so let's move next. Okay, so yeah, these are the audit consideration, or we can say the audit checklist. Okay, if you guys doing auditing, these are the checklists you can follow. Just simply take a pen and paper and write down all this. Okay, this will help you out to perform the audit for the access management in the cloud. Okay, so let's start. So very first point, ensure there are internal policy and procedure for managing access to CSP services and compute instance. Okay, so there are obtain a list of users with the cloud access, validate their privileges are in line with their role. The next point, obtain the cloud password, certificate, token policies, validate through a sample of users, many sample of users, and ensure those are compliant. Validate that access to the cloud is approved by appropriate person. Verify that periodic review of cloud users is performed accurately and completely. So these are the same which you are doing for your on-premise. Okay, here is the same thing. You need to validate your cloud access, which users you have given the access, ensure your certificate tokens are working properly. Okay, and the cloud access, the administrator access which you are assigning to someone, okay, ensure that approved by your ticketing system or your proper appropriate person who is the approver manager. Okay, and review your cloud users monthly or quarterly as per the process. Okay, so let's move forward. The point second is ensure there is an approval process, logging process, or control to prevent unauthorized remote access. Okay, so how to achieve that? Okay, so validate logs are complete and accurate. Okay, so ensure the logging system, okay, it enable in the cloud. Okay, and if you do not have proof, you can validate by testing a few of the logs. You can produce the log and see the result. Okay, then next thing will be review process for preventing unauthorized access. How you are going to review the unauthorized access in the cloud? Okay, that ensure that you have that process. Then the next thing, you guys need to review connectivity between your company network and the cloud provider network. Okay, how the connectivity is happening. Okay, it is a VPN or it is what the extra network. Okay, that you need to check that. Okay, the next point is ensure restrictions of users to those CSP services strictly for their business function. Review the type of access control in place as it relates to CSP services. Okay, so this is very important, guys. Okay, note it down, or by end of the series anyway I'm going to give you the whole checklist. Okay, so the cloud provider access control at CSP level using IAM with logging to control management of compute instance. So start, stop, terminate. Those for those they are using a different kind of methodology for within their network. So if you guys want to know that, okay, you simply contact your cloud provider. They will let you know as an information for your security team. The second point will be access control. Okay, this is for your own access control. Ensure you enable the LDAP to manage your access to your cloud accounts. Okay, instead of giving individual IDs. Okay, ensure you enable LDAP authentications, your Active Directory authentications, okay, to access your cloud service within your organization. Okay, and the next thing is ensure segregations of duties is documented and followed. Okay, so assume that you have many engineers working for your cloud environment from level 1, 2, 3, 4. Ensure their duties are mentioned somewhere in the document, and those access only provide to those guys. Okay, so it will be secure your account. Okay, the next point is access to edit, view data through not administering security sensitive information still need privilege access. So ensure you should have those access whichever person who's need that. So the same thing, document the duties and assign the access level wise. The last is network access control. Using CSP virtual firewall, network access control list, routing tables, VPN connection, private cloud peering to control network access to resource within CSC own private cloud. Okay, so to explain this point, okay, I created a separate video. Okay, that is how private cloud work, how the public cloud work. Okay, guys, please check my channel. There is I mentioned the video public cloud, private cloud network, public cloud network, NAT gateway. Okay, so check that video, and if you seen that video, you will easily come to know this point. NAC, network access control. Okay, so let's move next. Okay, the point number 4 is how does the CSC federate identity to the cloud. Okay, you need to ensure that your Active Directory is a single source of code, or did you how you secured your cloud environment with the LDAP. Okay, only Active Directory or any multi-factor authentication MFA is installed for your root account. Okay, and who's having ability to create delete the account. Okay, so guys, for the MFA I created one video. Okay, how to enable the MFA. Okay, if you don't know, guys, how what is the MFA, please go ahead and check that video. And the very last point is review the access management system. Okay, so and validate whether it is federated with the cloud system. Okay, so all those points, okay, which we seen till now, okay, just review that with your IT team, your IT head, and ensure those are compliance with your cloud system. Okay, so moving next. Okay, so what we seen? So we seen what is the cloud, how the audit consideration will happen, and in the security domain, okay, we seen access management and how to audit the access management. Okay, and in the next video we are going to see the data security. and I'm going to create all the topics except point number 1, governance, risk, personal, point number 9, incident response, and point number 10. Okay, if you want to know about point number 1, 9, and 10, please email me. You guys know my email address. If you don't know, it is on my earlier videos, cloudsecurity@gmail.com. Okay, so yeah, stay tuned for the next video. And if you still not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe and like and share. So that's it for today. We'll see you tomorrow for the next point.